Welcome to Tungalanla classes. Today we are going to discuss about the new topic, that is relative motion in two dimensions. This is a very important topic regarding CET, JEE and NEET examinations. So already we discussed the relative motion in one dimension in a motion in straight line. What is meant by relative motion? What is meant by relative motion? In the word relative means with respect to something, with respect to other, with respect to one body, with respect to one body. That means in the case of the relative motion, we are studying either the position of one body with respect to the another body or the motion of one body with respect to the another body. So such type of motion we are calling as a what? Relative motion. So in the relative motion actually what we are going to study? We will measure the position of one object with respect to the another object or the velocity of one object with respect to the another object. Similarly, the acceleration of one object with respect to the another object. Such type of study of motion of one bodies with respect to the another bodies is calling as relative motion. Relative motion. So in the case of the relative motion, we will consider two bodies. We will consider two bodies. Say A comma B are any two bodies. A comma B are any two bodies which are in the motion. Which are in the motion. So how many bodies we considered here? Two bodies I consider. Let it be A comma B are the two bodies which will be in the motion. If any two bodies will be in the motion, ultimately they will be having some velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity, so that their velocities are represented by VA bar and VB bar. So what we consider here, two bodies I considered. One is the body A, another one is the body B. What we assume here, these two bodies will be in the motion. These two bodies will be in the motion. Whenever the given bodies will be in the motion, they will be having definitely some velocity vectors. Those velocity vectors will be taken as a what? VA bar and VB bar respectively. Already we know the notation of the relative velocity. The notation of the relative velocity. Let it be the relative velocity of body A. The relative velocity of body A with respect to the body B, is given by, the relative velocity of A with respect to the body B, the relative velocity of the first body with respect to the relative velocity of the second body, which is given by VAB bar. VAB bar is denoting that relative velocity of A with respect to the body B. Relative velocity of A with respect to the body B. So the general notation is given by VAB bar is equal to VA bar minus VB bar. VA bar minus VB bar. So VA bar is indicating the velocity of the first body. VB bar is indicating the velocity of second body. When you know the velocity of the two bodies, now you will represent the velocity of one body with respect to the another body. Velocity of one body with respect to the another body. Similarly, the relative velocity of B with respect to A is given by, so what we are measuring here? We are measuring the relative velocity of B with respect to the relative velocity of A. So which is given by VBA bar is equal to VB bar minus VA bar. VBA bar is equal to what? VB bar minus VA bar. Once again see here. So in the relative motion, what we are explaining in generally, we are explaining either the position of one body with respect to the position of another body or the velocity of one body with respect to the another body. For that case, what we consider here, I consider two bodies are there. One is the first body A, another one is the second body B, and I am assuming that those two bodies will be in the motion. Those two bodies will be in the motion. Now, if those two bodies will be in the motion, ultimately they will be having some velocities. Let it be VA bar comma VB bar, VA bar comma VB bar. So the general notation, the general representation of relative velocity of one body with respect to the another body will be given by VAB bar is equal to VAB bar is equal to VA bar minus VB bar. Velocity of A with respect to the second body B is given by VAB bar is equal to velocity of A minus velocity of B. Suppose you want to represent the relative velocity of B with respect to the A, which is given by VBA bar is equal to VBA bar is equal to VB bar minus VA bar. VBA bar is equal to what? VB bar minus VA bar. Now, we will see some of the special cases in this relative motion. Relative motion. First one is in the first case. So whatever the bodies you consider the body B comma body A, they will be moving in the plane. In the plane. In the plane means maybe they will be traveling along the same direction. Maybe they will be traveling in opposite direction. Maybe they will be traveling with a certain angle, or they may be travels perpendicular to each other. Whatever the case it may be, they must be travel in the plane. So in the first case, I am assuming that both the bodies are moving in the same direction. Both the bodies are moving in the same direction. In the first case, what we are assuming, whatever the two bodies you considered, body A comma body B, they are moving with the velocities of VA bar comma VB bar respectively, and they must be moving in the same direction in the given plane. In the given plane. At that time, the relative velocity of A with respect to B is given by whenever they will be traveling in the same direction. So VAB bar is equal to VA bar minus VB bar. Most important formula, whenever two bodies will be traveling along the same direction, their relative velocity value will be numerically equal to the subtraction of those two individual velocities. Once again, whenever the two bodies are traveling in the same direction, the relative velocity of one body with respect to the another body numerically is equal to the subtraction of those two velocities, which is giving the relative velocity of A with respect to the relative velocity of B. In terms of the magnitude, relative velocity of A with respect to B is equal to, we will write VAB is equal to VA minus VB. Simply we will subtract those two values. Next, case 2. So in the case 1, both the bodies are traveling along the same direction. In this case, their relative velocity value is equal to VAB bar is equal to VA bar minus VB bar. Suppose if the two given bodies are moving in the opposite direction, in which direction? Opposite direction. Suppose the first body is moving in this direction with a velocity VA bar. First body is moving towards positive x-axis with a velocity VA bar, and the second body will be moving with a velocity VB bar, which is opposite to the direction of the first body, In this case, the relative velocity of A with respect to the B is, So this value is equal to velocity of A with respect to the velocity of B. Velocity of A with respect to the velocity of B. This value is equal to VA bar plus VB bar. VA bar plus VB bar. This is a very important point we have to remember. Whenever we are assuming the two bodies, those two bodies must be traveling opposite to each other. Their relative velocity will be given by VAB bar is equal to VA bar plus VB bar. In terms of the magnitude, VAB is equal to VA plus VB. In terms of the magnitude, the relative velocity magnitude will be given by VAB is equal to VA plus VB. Whenever they will be traveling in the same direction, relative velocity magnitude value will be is equal to subtraction value of their individual values. Subtraction value of their individual values. If they will be traveling along the same direction, if they will be traveling in opposite direction, at that time, the relative velocity value is simply the sum of the two individual velocities. This is case 1 and case 2. Now, case 3. In the first case, what we assume, they will be traveling along the same direction. In the second case, we assumed that they will be traveling in opposite direction. Now, I am assuming that both the bodies are moving perpendicular to each other. So in the first case, they will be traveling in same direction. In the second case, they will be traveling opposite to each other. Now, in the third case, what we are assuming, if they will be traveling perpendicular to each other, in this case, the relative velocity of A with respect to B is given by, in this case, the relative velocity of A with respect to B is given by, so VAB is equal to, relative velocity of A with respect to B is equal to under root of VA square plus VB square. VAB is equal to what? Under root of VA square plus VB square. So this is the third case, whenever both the bodies will be traveling perpendicular to each other. In the previous case, we assumed that the two given bodies are moving perpendicular to each other. Now, we will assume that in general the two given bodies which are moving in the plane are moving with a particular angle theta value. That is, if some angle will be existing between the two moving objects, at that time, what is the general formula for calculating the relative velocity of one body with respect to the another body? So here we are assuming that if some angle theta is existing between two moving objects. So here what we are assuming that the two bodies are moving in the same plane. While they will be moving in the given plane, there is certain angle will be existing between the two moving objects. So at that time, what is the formula for the relative velocity of one object with respect to the another object? So at that time, the relative velocity of A with respect to B is given by general formula VAB is equal to under under root of VA square plus VB square minus 2A V minus 2 into minus 2 VA VB cos theta. So the general formula of relative velocity of A with respect to B is given by under root of VA square plus VB square minus 2 VA VB cos theta. So this is relative velocity of two given objects while they will be moving in the same plane. In the first case, what we assume, they will be moving along the straight line. In the second case, we assume they will be moving opposite to each other. In the third case, we assume that they will be traveling perpendicular to each other. In the last case, general case we taken, there is some angle will be existing between the two moving objects at that time. The relative velocity of A with respect to the B will be given by under root of VA square plus VB square minus 2 into VA VB into cos theta. So this is the formulas for calculating of relative velocity of one object with respect to the another object in different cases. Now, applications of relative motion in two dimensions. Applications of relative motion in two dimensions. In most of the competitive examinations, they will be asking over the applications only. So the first application is riverboat concept. Riverboat concept. So in the riverboat concept, again there are four applications are there, sub applications are there. Out of them, first one is upstream, downstream, and to cross the river in the shortest path and to cross the river in the shortest time interval. So first application we will see here, downstream. So what is the meaning of the downstream? If the boat is moving in the direction of flow of the water, if the boat is moving in the direction of the flow of the water, such type of motion we are calling as the what? Downstream. Such type of motion we are calling as the what? Downstream. So in the downstream, the boat is moving in the direction of flow of water. In the downstream, the boat is moving in the direction of the flow of the water. So what we have to calculate here? So before going to calculate the relative velocity value, first we will assume VWG is indicating that velocity of water with respect to ground. Velocity of the water with respect to ground. In our daily life, whatever the velocities we are measuring, all those the velocities are measured with respect to the ground only. Suppose a bike is moving with a speed of 60 km per hour. That is 60 km per hour is with respect to whom? With respect to the ground. So here also VWG is denotes what? Velocity of the water with respect to the ground. Velocity of water with respect to the ground. Next one is VBG. VBG is also denoting that velocity of the VBG is representing velocity of the boat with respect to ground. VWG is denoting what? Velocity of the water with respect to the ground. VBG is representing that velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Now, so here two velocities we consider here. Two velocities we considered. One is the velocity of the water and another one is the what? Velocity of the boat. So, in the case of the downstream, the relative velocity of the boat, with respect to water is given by velocity of the boat with respect to the water, is equal to VBG bar plus VWG bar. So, the relative velocity of the boat with respect to water in the case of the downstream is given by the sum of the values of velocity of the water with respect to ground and velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Suppose we are traveling in the direction of the wind flow, what we observed? Whatever the speed actually we are going, that greater than that speed we have to travel, because the wind is also flowing in the direction of the motion of us. That's why wind will be giving some more additional value to us, so that whenever the boat will be moving in the direction of the flow of the water, in addition to its own value, due to the flow of the water itself also, that will be adding some more velocity. That's why the resultant velocity of the boat should be increases. Once again, if the water is not moving, whatever the boat is having its original velocity, with that velocity only the boat will be traveling. But while the water is also in the motion and the boat is also traveling in the direction of the water, that's why the resultant boat velocity will be increases due to the flow of the water. That's why the relative velocity of the boat with respect to water is equal to, we will write VBG plus VWG. The resultant value will be greater than the actual value. Resultant velocity of the boat should be greater than the actual velocity of the boat while it is moving in the downstream. Next, second one is what? Second one, upstream. Second one is the what? Upstream. In the case of the downstream, what we told? In the case of the downstream, the boat is moving in the direction of the flow of the water. So, in the case of the upstream, the boat is moving opposite to the direction of flow of the water. In the case of the downstream, the boat is itself moving in the direction of the flow of the water. But when we are coming to the upstream, the boat must be moving opposite to the flow of the water. Such type of motion of the boat we are calling as the what? Upstream. So, the water is flowing in this direction and the boat will be moving opposite to the flow of the water. In this case, generally we say that the resultant velocity of the boat will be less than the actual velocity. Why? In the previous case, it is flowing in the direction of the water. That's why its velocity will be greater than the actual velocity. But here the boat will be moving opposite to the flow of the water. That's why the final resultant value of the boat should be less than its actual value. So, the relative velocity of the boat with respect to water is velocity of the boat with respect to water is equal to VBG minus VWG. So, the relative velocity value should be less than the actual velocity of the boat. In the second case, the resultant relative velocity of the boat with respect to water should be less than the actual velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Coming to here, the relative velocity of the boat with respect to the water is greater than the actual velocity of the boat. Actual velocity of the boat. In the downstream, its velocity will be increases due to the flow of the water. In the downstream, its resultant velocity will be decreases by the opposition of the water flow. That's why VBW will be less than VBG. So this is the case 2, that is called what? Upstream. Next, third case is the most important application in the riverboat concept. To cross the river in the shortest path. To cross the river in the shortest path. And the next application is to cross the river in the shortest path. To cross the river in the shortest path. So already this notation we know. VBW is indicating what? VBW is indicating velocity of the boat with respect to water, and VWG is indicating that velocity of the water with respect to ground, and VBW is velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Velocity of the boat with respect to ground. Suppose we will assume that, so these two are indicating the banks of the river. So here water will be present. If the water should not be moving in the river, so at that time, if we starting from the point A, so we will directly reaching the opposite point B on the another bank of the river again. So what is our aim? We have to cross the river. That means we are moving from one bank to the another bank. So I want to reach the opposite point B. If the water should not be flowing in the river, at that time we will directly reaching the point B if we starting from the point A. But whenever the water is also in the motion, at that time again you want to reach the same point B. At that time we must start in the direction of A to C. Then only, due to the flow of the water, its path will be deviated. Finally, we are reaching the point B. Once again, even though the water will be in the motion, again to cross the river and to reach the point B also, we must start the boat in the direction of A to C, by making an angle theta, with respect to the normal AB, with respect to the normal AB, which is drawn onto the bank of the river. So here AB is denoting what? AB is nothing but a normal, AB is nothing but a normal, which is drawn onto the bank of the river, which is drawn onto the bank of the river. So this is the complete information about the diagram. Once again see here. So these two are indicating the banks of the river, these two are indicating the banks of the river. My assumption is, my aim is, I want to cross the river, I want to cross the river in the shortest path, in the shortest path. Shortest path is nothing but A to B only. Shortest path is nothing but A to B only. But to cross the river and to reach the point B, we must row the boat, we must move the boat in the direction of AC only. In the direction of AC only. Due to the motion of the water, its path is deviated. Finally, we reach the point B. For that, we must row the boat by making an angle theta with respect to the normal AB, which is drawn onto the bank of the river. So this is the basic information about the diagram. Now, coming to the derivation. Already we know that triangle of vector addition. Triangle of vector addition. What is the triangle of vector addition? If any two vectors will be represented by the sides of a given triangle, the closing side will be giving the resultant of those two vectors. Now, we consider the triangle ABC. If you see this diagram clearly, A to C is the first vector I considered, and C to B is the second vector, A to C is the first vector and C to B is the second vector. They will be taken as the sides of a triangle which are measured in order, Now, the closing side will be taken as A to B. A to B. Therefore, I will write according to the triangle of vector, closing side is the resultant, VBG bar is equal to first vector VBW bar plus VWG bar. That is according to the triangle of vectors. Closing side is equal to sum of the sides of the two vectors. Next. Here, if you see here, it is one right angle triangle. So for the right angle triangle, we will apply Pythagoras theorem. So according to the Pythagoras theorem, so what we will write here? Square of the hypotenuse. What is the square of the hypotenuse? AC square is equal to square of the side CB square plus BA square. So which theorem I am applying here? Pythagoras theorem. Square of the hypotenuse is equal to what? Square of the side plus square of the side. Here AC is denoting what? AC is denoting the magnitude of VBW bar. AC is denoting what? Magnitude of VBW bar. So AC square is equal to VBW square. AC square is equal to what? VBW square. CB is the magnitude of VWG vector. What is the VWG? Velocity of the water with respect to the ground. So therefore, its value is equal to VWG square. Next, BA square. So this vector is indicating what? Velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. So BA is representing only the magnitude. So that I will write VBG square. Simply we take the magnitude of the three different vectors. And we apply the Pythagoras theorem. So from this, I want to calculate VBG value. VBG is representing what? Velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. So from this, VBG square is equal to VBW square minus VWG square. VBG square is equal to what? VBW square minus VWG square. So therefore VBG is equal to under root of VBW square minus VWG square. So this is the formula for velocity of the boat with respect to ground. Velocity of the boat with respect to ground. VBG is equal to what we got here, under root of VBW square minus VWG square. So in the numericals they will be simply giving that the velocity of the boat with respect to water is equal to 5 km per hour. Maybe the velocity of the water is equal to what? 3 km per hour. Then find the velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. So simply we will get 4 km per hour by using this formula. So I got the value of VBG. Now what value we have to calculate here? Time value we have to calculate. Time value. So we know that time is equal to displacement by velocity. Time is equal to what? Displacement by velocity. So what is the displacement covered by the boat here? The displacement means the shortest distance between the initial position to the final position. Shortest distance between the initial to the final position. If you look at this diagram, the starting point of the boat is equal to A and the final point will be is equal to what? B. So the shortest distance between these 2 points is nothing but D only. So from the figure, the displacement covered by the boat is equal to, the displacement covered by the boat is equal to what? Small d. Displacement covered by the boat is equal to what? Small d. Next, velocity. Which velocity we have to consider here? Most important thing is we have to consider the velocity magnitude which was present in the direction of the displacement. Again I repeating. So here you are writing the velocity. 3 velocities are there here. One is the velocity of the boat with respect to water, and then one is the velocity of the water with respect to ground, and the third one is velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Out of them, which velocity we have to consider here? Most confusing thing is that only. Always remember that we must consider the velocity vector which was present in the direction of displacement only. Look at the diagram. AB is, I am saying, the displacement. In the direction of displacement, which vector was present? Velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. So that here which velocity we have to write? Velocity of the boat with respect to ground. Which value we have to write? Velocity of the boat with respect to ground. It's the value already we calculated. So that time taken by the boat to cross the river, in the shortest path is d by under root of VBW square minus VWG square. Most important formula. Time taken by the boat to cross the river in the shortest path is T is equal to D by, D means width of the river they will given. So in the numericals they will measure the value of width of the river, and VBW is what? Velocity of the boat in the water. And VWG is indicating what? Velocity of the river flow. Velocity of river also. By using this formula we have to calculate time taken by the boat to cross the river. One more value we have to calculate here. So sometimes they are also asking to cross the river in the shortest path. What is the angle made by the boat? With respect to the river flow. For that, I want to calculate the theta value. Again, coming to this diagram, here one right angle triangle will be there. I am assuming that theta is the angle made by the boat. Theta is the what? Angle made by the boat with respect to the normal. With respect to the normal. And in the figure I indicated, this is the direction of flow of the water. This is the direction of the flow of the water. So that if you look at the diagram, simply you understood the angle made by the boat, with respect to the river flow is equal to, this is equal to 90 degrees and this value is equal to how much? Theta. So what is the angle made by the boat with respect to the river flow? 90 plus theta. 90 plus theta. So the angle made by the boat, made by the boat with the river flow is what is that? 90 plus theta. 90 plus theta. See here, from this right angle triangle I want to write sin theta value. Sin theta is equal to basic formula, opposite side by hypotenuse. In the opposite side, which value was present? VWG. In the adjacent side, what value will be there? VBW. So that sin theta is equal to what? Opposite side by hypotenuse. In the opposite direction, which velocity was there? Velocity of the water with respect to the ground. That value will be there. That's the magnitude I was taken. Next, along the hypotenuse, which value was present? VBW bar. So that its the magnitude will be taken as VBW. From this, I will write sin theta is equal to this much. Theta value I want to calculate. Theta is equal to sine inverse of VWG by VBW. Theta value is equal to what? Sine inverse of VWG by VBW. If you substitute theta value here, you will get the angle made by the boat, with respect to the direction of the flow of the water. So this is most important application. They are asking that find the time taken by the boat to cross the river in the shortest path, and also find the angle made by the boat with the river flow while it was crossing the river in the shortest path. This is about third application. And the last application in the river boat concept is to cross the river in the shortest time interval. So, in the previous case, we discussed that to cross the river in the shortest path, for that purpose we told that the boat must be rowed by making an angle theta with respect to the normal AB. But to cross the river in the shortest time interval, for that purpose, the boat must be rowed along the normal only. That means initially the boat must be traveling along the normal, then only the boat will be crossing the river in shortest time interval. Once again, to cross the river in the shortest time interval, the boat must be moving along the direction of the normal. Due to the river flow, instead of reaching the point B, the boat finally reaching the point C. The boat is finally reaching the point C due to the flow of the water. Again, here first one, which law we have to apply here? Triangle law of vector addition. So according to the triangle law of vector addition, so here we consider the right angle triangle ABC. From the diagram, see here, the first vector will be taken along the AB. Second vector will be taken along the BC, and the closing side will be giving by AC. First vector will be taken along what? A to B, and second vector will be taken from where to where, B to C, and the closing side will be giving the resultant. Therefore A to C will be giving the resultant of VBW bar and VWG bar. VWG bar. So from the triangle of vectors, from triangle of vectors, what we will write? The resultant value first I will write. VBG bar is equal to VBG bar is equal to VBW bar plus VWG bar. So equation number 1. First, which law we applied here? Triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector addition. So according to the triangle law of vector addition, the closing side AC is equal to vector addition of first vector A to B bar, second vector B to C bar. That only we wrote here. VBG bar is equal to VBW bar plus VWG bar. So this is the first equation. Again, here again one more right angle triangle will be there. So here I want to calculate which value? I want to calculate VBG value. I want to calculate VBG value. To calculate the VBG value, again we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of the side plus square of the side. So what is the hypotenuse value? VBG. Therefore VBG square is equal to VBW square plus VWG square. For calculating the VBG value, which theorem we are applying? Pythagoras theorem. According to Pythagoras theorem, square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of the side plus square of the side. So from this we will get VBG value, which is equal to under root of VBW square plus VWG square. Let it be equation number 2. Equation number 2. So what value we calculated? Velocity of the boat with respect to the ground value we calculated. Next portion. Afterwards, which value we have to calculate? Time taken by the boat. Time taken by the boat to cross the river in the shortest time interval. Shortest time interval. Already we wrote the formula for the time. Time is equal to, we wrote, displacement by velocity. Displacement by velocity. So here, what is the displacement? What is the displacement? So let D is indicating the width of the river. Width of the river. So I will write time T is equal to how much displacement I am assuming that it is a crossing the river. Its width was covered by the boat. So displacement is taken from A to B, that is nothing but width of the river. In the direction of the displacement, what was the velocity present? VBW. The velocity present along the direction A to B, that is nothing but what? VBW. So this equation is giving what? Time taken by the boat. Time taken by the boat to cross the river. Time taken by the boat to cross the river in the shortest time interval. In the shortest time interval. Next one. Again we have to calculate here drift. What is that? Drift. What is meant by drift? Actually the boat will be starting from the point A. It want to reach the point B only. It want to reach the point B only. But due to the flow of the water, instead of reaching the point B, the boat will be reaching the point C. The boat will be reaching the point C. So the horizontal distance, drift is defined as a what? Horizontal distance covered by the boat. Horizontal distance covered by the boat due to the flow of river. Due to the flow of river. Due to the flow of the river, instead of reaching the point B, the boat finally reaching the point C. That's why the horizontal distance covered by the boat due to the flow of the river is defined as a what? Drift. So from the figure, drift is equal to drift BC, which is equal to x. Drift BC is equal to what? X. So displacement is in this direction, so that displacement is equal to, we will write velocity into time. So drift BC is equal to x, that is equal to velocity along BC into time. So drift will be defined as a what? Velocity along the direction of B to C into time taken by the boat. So what is the velocity present along the BC? VWG. What is that? Velocity present in the direction of the B to C is nothing but velocity of the water with respect to the ground. Velocity of the water with respect to the ground. Therefore, drift x is equal to VWG into T. Drift x is equal to what? VWG into T. So here VWG into time value already we derived, that is d by VBW. So what is the formula for the drift? Drift x is equal to, you wrote VWG into T, but T value already you know. What is the T value? T is equal to d by VBW. Therefore, drift x is equal to, already VWG value was present, VWG into d by VBW. So this is called drift of the boat due to the flow of the river. So this is a complete information about the topic river boat concept.